We are discussing a topic today that transcends the usual quarrel or dispute. This concerns Melody, Shari, and Martell Holt, as well as the true cause of Martell's grief over Melody's passing. And it's not what you think, I assure you. The lessons in this film are profound, and I guarantee that you will see a side of Melody and Martell that most people overlook. You should watch it through until the finish. Let's begin at the very beginning. When it came to his relationship with Melody Shari, Martell Holt, the character who viewers have witnessed go through many highs and lows on this show always seemed to have a certain confidence, possibly even cockiness, Martell secretly thought. Melody was more interested in appearances than in content. He believed she would stop at nothing to keep her life picture perfect. Martell became at ease and even reckless as a result. He believed that Melody would continue to forgive him despite his infidelity, regardless of what he did. However, as watchers, we all witnessed the day when Melody Shari finally declared enough is enough. She is not someone who can be fooled indefinitely. That was the pivotal day. To be honest, the shock that struck Martell the most was that he didn't anticipate it. When the chickens finally came home to roost, Martell was in complete shock. The ultimate flex in life, in my opinion, isn't about cursing someone out or seeking retribution. Rather, it's about quietly departing, walking away when you've had enough, and building a life according to your own terms. That's exactly what Melody did. Instead of simply leaving, she overcame everything, and the change was astounding. It was encouraging to see her progress without Martell. She demonstrated that you can live rather than just survive when you cut out unhealthy relationships and dead weight. And that's an important lesson for anyone viewing this. The first step is to never let your ex see you break if you want them to regret losing you. That's just what Melody accomplished. She likely experienced periods of annoyance or despair, but she dealt with them in private. She spared Martell the joy of witnessing her collapse. It's crucial to remember that what someone did to you, particularly if they were dishonest or disrespectful, is about them and not you. Don't allow them to believe they can destroy you. Instead, make use of that suffering to develop, concentrate on yourself, and do something worthwhile. Making something concrete is the second step in making an ex regret leaving. This is best exemplified by Melody Shari while she worked with Martell Holt. She didn't have 7th Avenue beauty, but she took an idea and made it a profitable business. From blueprint to product, she delivered it to people's homes while accumulating additional wealth. An ex who believed they had the upper hand is hurt by that kind of achievement. It is likely that Martell never thought Melody would emerge stronger and more accomplished than before. And now he must deal with his own regrets while witnessing Melody's accomplishment. Many individuals overlook the third step, which is to stop looking back once you've put your best foot forward. Despite the temptation, don't allow your ex back into your life. Melody has moved on, despite Martell's attempts to play a liar or pretend he didn't do what he did. Melody's life is now all her own. Her success is evident. Her money is mounting, her edges are back, and her stomach is flatter. Melody keeps developing, whereas Martell is content with what he has. The best form of retaliation is to see someone else triumph without them, because it makes it obvious that they had a chance and lost it. Let's discuss Martell Holt in more detail. Fans have witnessed his conduct on and off the show throughout the years. Martell frequently prioritized his demands over Melody's, making choices that harmed her both financially and emotionally, as seen by the adultery accusations and his narcissistic traits. Even whether he is a decent parent to his kids has been questioned by many viewers. Sometimes a father's role involves more than simply being physically there. It also involves being emotionally available and leading by example. And it's evident from Martell's behavior that he had difficulties in these areas. Melody, on the other hand, has continually proved her commitment to her family and her children, proving that she chooses them over appearances or shallow comforts. Martell sees what he's missing every day, which is another reason he regrets losing her. The way Martell's actions impacted the relationships with other cast members adds another level of complexity to this tale. Arian Curry and other characters have increased the drama and suspense. And regrettably, Martell has frequently been at the epicenter of needless mayhem. It's difficult to ignore the trend, even though others might attempt to defend him. Melody has always carried herself with poise, demonstrating that she can achieve without Martell or his pranks. Fans are compelled to support her because of her journey, which demonstrates fortitude, strength, and self-worth. You've ever been in a relationship where your partner didn't appreciate you or took you for granted? You can connect to this story. Melody changed her life, her work, and her confidence in addition to leaving Martell. She used the suffering of the past as motivation to succeed. The most important lesson here is that your ex won't regret leaving you until they realize that you've advanced while they remained at the same level. Melody's transformation is emotional, mental, and spiritual, in addition to being economical and bodily. Additionally, seeing Martell cope with the fallout from his decisions serves as a reminder that decisions have repercussions. I would now like to briefly return it to the audience. Has your ex ever tried to come back after seeing you doing better without them? Most likely, and we can all identify with it. Your personal growth is therefore more important than anything else, showing that you are untouchable and that your life keeps getting better regardless of who is in it or not is the aim, not seeking retribution. Melody has raised the standard by demonstrating to all the men and women in attendance that pain can be overcome and that moving on from the wrong person may lead to unthinkable personal development. A powerful lesson about limits and self-respect is also conveyed by this tale. Melody Shari was underestimated by Martell Holt, who assumed that she would put up with behavior that was obviously disrespectful and cruel. However, Melody acted as though she understood her value. Sometimes a silent departure, like Melody's, has greater impact than a dispute, a confrontation, or a public display. It's the quiet power that causes individuals to reflect on their decisions and consider what they may have lost. It's also far better for your mental and emotional wellness, let's face it. Another reminder that success is the finest way to feel. Validated is Melody's ascent after Martell. You demonstrate to the world and to yourself that your life isn't defined by the errors or poor decisions of others when you develop, create, and mature. Melody became her own person, managing her business, enjoying her success, and living on to her own terms. Despite Martell's belief that he was in charge or that she needed him, fans connect with that kind of story because it's about empowerment, progress, and life lessons rather than just reality TV drama. Melody shows that strength doesn't necessarily have to be loud, even in her interactions with the other actors. She demonstrates that pursuing drama is less effective than maintaining composure under duress, concentrating on one's own development and having a clear future goal. Fans can't stop watching Martell lament his decisions from a distance, since it's evidence that karma operates in ways we don't often realize. Melody's resilience, tenacity, and resolve to accept anything less than what she deserves are the main causes of her glow. Examining the reactions of the other cast members is equally fascinating. Letitia Scott, Destiny Payton, and even some of the show's most recent cast members have noted the difference between Melody and Martell. There is a clear difference between Melody's approach to empowerment and Martell's approach to remorse. The continuous debate about who is actually thriving and who is just surviving is fueled by fans' awareness of this. The story of Melody's metamorphosis serves as a warning as much as an inspiration. It demonstrates that commitment to self-improvement, devotion, and self-respect will always triumph over fleeting pleasures or thoughtless behavior. Here's a recommendation for anyone watching. Learn from Melody's story if you want your ex to genuinely regret losing you. First, keep your feelings safe and don't allow them to cause you to lose them. Second, focus your energy into constructing or creating something significant, whether it's a business, a project, or personal improvement. Third, avoid turning around. Continue along after you've developed and leveled up. That's how you get someone like Martell Holt to take stock of their losses while you're still doing well without them. We can also learn patience and timing. From Melody's narrative, sometimes it's too late before someone realizes how valuable you are. Martell didn't expect Melody's growth, and that's why he's trapped with remorse. However, Melody acted on her value, which she had always known. Viewers are unable to ignore her as she forges a life she loves, free from the turmoil of a poisonous relationship. It serves as a reminder that